Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jace. Thank you for checking out my video, and this is going to be my review for season 4 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, episode number 4. Title of the episode was called Got Swag. All right, y'all. Let's just jump right into this shit. It was a pretty decent episode. We didn't see any Hazel E, so that was a plus for me. Also, we didn't see Ray J or Princess and their piece of a struggle storyline that they're holding on to. And what's the little Mariah Lynn chick, Chanel Hollywood or whatever the fuck her name is. She wasn't in this shit either. But anyway, jump into the shit. Masika has replaced fucking Zell's messy ass with another messy ass bitch by the name of Ray. Now, we all know Ray from College Hill. He was a gay guy. I think he may have been like Virginia State or something like that. But yeah, he's made his way on over to Hollywood, and he's this alleged event planner. And he's going to be planning an event for Masika's cosmetic line. I guess like another release party. That's what we do. Everybody has all of these products, and we have to throw a release party and have these hired people come in to spectate whatever drama Mona has drummed up for the episode. Anyway, so they're sitting there getting their nails done and shit like that. And allegedly, he has this problem with Zell because he met him somewhere in Atlanta, he said. And pretty much Zell was acting like a fucking animal, which we've seen him do several times, and which we will talk about later on in this episode. But yeah, he was acting like a fucking mess whenever he met him. And he was pretty much throwing Ray shade. And yeah, he's like, fuck that bitch. But he was like, I'm going to invite this bitch anyway to your event and I'll have his ass under control. So I'm like, Masika, okay, you're going to let that fly. Like, you already know that this bitch is messy. You already see that he's trying to set up mess because he doesn't like him. So why would he invite him to your release party? And she's like, yeah, well, he said he's going to have it under control. So, if you don't, it's just going to be on you. Why would you even take that chance with your new business venture? Anyway, Masika, but that's part of the show, drama. We need it, right? Anyway, so then we move on to Moniece and Nia Riley. Why is she here? I don't understand Nia's purpose. She's the supportive friend, I guess. But they're at Moniece's apartment. I thought Moniece had a house. That's all I remember. Maybe she was just renting it or something. But she's in this apartment now. Didn't even say condo, said apartment. Anyway, they're at Moniece's apartment, and she's invited Cisco over to kind of talk to him about the situation with Tierra, because I guess they haven't seen her since that little debacle from last week. So they want to talk to Cisco and see pretty much how he's feeling about Tierra and see if he's on board with getting Tierra the actual help that she needs. So I wasn't really feeling his reaction. Like, there's like, hey, like, our girl has a problem. We don't need any extra bullshit with her as far as you are concerned. So, like, are you going to help us? Are you on board with helping Tierra or not? And he's like, yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board, but, I'm going to run this by her first. And, when he started saying that shit, I'm like, I see Cisco's already on some other shit. Then then Moniece asked him, like, hey, do you love her? And he was like, well, I like her, like I got deep feelings for her, but pretty much hell no, he doesn't love Tierra. He's still getting to know her. Moving on, Brooke, I guess, paged Boobie 911 to come talk about the bullshit with Marcus's punk ass and what happened. So they meet up in some parking lot or whatever, and she supposedly interrupted his studio session because he was coming up with some new hot music or whatever. So she pulled him there to talk about that shit. And this motherfucker talking about, yeah, he don't know what he got. And, I was trying to tell you this before. But, he got something valuable. And, he ain't going to realize what he had until it's gone. And I'm like, I hate people that talk so fucking slow. Speed the fuck up. Like, you from Houston, but you ain't that motherfucking country. Like, speed up, talk. I get bored. And every time he fucking talks, I'm just like, it sounds like he's reciting something that was written down for him because he's talking so slow, and it's like his lines are coming to him as he's speaking because it's so fucking slow. Speed the fuck up. But anyway, these two are holding hands and hugging and shit. And I'm like, there's obviously some kind of sexual tension between these two. They obviously like each other, which we already knew that shit from like maybe second episode or whatever when they met up at the pool and shit. But anyway, she's talking about how much he gives her butterflies and, you know, he's sitting there licking his lips and shit, trying to be sexy, giving wet lips and shit. Then he goes into this whole thing about the song that he's been working on. So he puts on the little track or whatever. He starts doing his little rap, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, you may want to stick to trying to go back overseas or whatever to play basketball, because that's not going to work. But then Brooke, like, I love her voice. She has a beautiful voice. She kind of throws her little ad-libs in it, and it became kind of cute. So it was cool. Long as Brooke is on the track, it's going to be cool. It ain't going to be nothing major, but it's cute with them two together. So then, move on to the next scene. Cisco goes to bring some coffee and shit to drunk-ass Tierra. She gets up out of the bed, still looking drunk and shit. I don't even know if this may be 2-3 days later, but she gets up and she looks like she's hung the fuck over. I don't like I like Tierra, but like, I don't like this whole, like, how could I say this? Like, you're using this drunk storyline, this alcoholism as a storyline, and I'm like, it's not really beneficial to your career because people are going to see this and they're just going to look at you as just being a drunk ass bitch. And you're using this to get a storyline, but she's sitting there telling Cisco that she's concerned about her career and shit like that, and that she would rather just hit the bottle versus have the conversation with him and, you know, talk about her feelings with him. So I guess that was his way of pretty much trying to see if there's a problem with Tierra. You know, he's asking her what's going on, and, you know, I just rather you talk to me and shit like that. And she kept saying, I love you. I don't know if y'all was paying attention to that, but she kept saying, I love you and shit like that. And he never said it back. And he also told Monique and them that he's not in love with her at this point. So you gotta respect them for being honest and not just saying that shit, because you know some motherfuckers will be, yeah, I love you too, and they don't really mean that shit. But dealing with a drunk bitch like Tierra, you know, you gotta be careful, you know, what you say. But anyway, let me finish them up. Later on in the episode, he ends up taking her to some kind of like vitamin IV spa, and I think this is the same shit that if you watch Married to Medicine, Toya and her husband were doing this shit like a couple seasons ago, where you put an IV in your arm and it pretty much shoots vitamins into your bloodstream and shit like that. So that's pretty much what Cisco did, and that was supposed to help her with her alcoholism. So he thought. But he asked the lady, you know, hey, what is this supposed to help with? And she says it's for dehydration, hangovers, and fucking jet lag. She didn't say alcoholism. Tierra is an alcoholic. It's evident. She's kind of told you that she's an alcoholic just based on the conversation you had in her bedroom the other day, or earlier that day or whatever. So what do you think these vitamins are supposed to do as far as helping with jet lag, dehydration, and hangovers? The bitch needs to go to rehab. Moving the fuck on. That was the end of them for the episode. Moving on to this bitch Alexis. I'm so fucking tired of this bitch and her skeletal looking ass boyfriend, Solo Lucci. So they meet up at some strip club. She announces that she was not pregnant. He looks fucking relieved because he don't look like he want no fucking babies with her ass anyway. Pretty much she's talking about, yeah, this is super awkward that we've had to go through this, and because we've only been dating a month. Well, bitch, stop letting niggas hit you raw. And you ain't on no kind of birth control or nothing. Like, bitch, cut that bullshit out. So how's it fucking awkward? Bitch, you set yourself up to be in that type of situation. However, since she doesn't really have a storyline either, besides Masika, she keeps trying to create this drama with his baby mama. Like, the whole story, like, you need to check your baby mama. Your baby mama keeps coming to me on Instagram. So now her storyline is kind of turning into the whole baby mama thing, since she can't find Masika nowhere. Um, so yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna check her. It is what it is. But then the fucking next scene, he meets up with A1 and Marcus. Marcus is oh, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit. Um, damn. Brooke. Brooke and Marcus meet up. He invites her to his homeboy's house. His homeboy let him use the house because he's been put out of the other house where him and Brooke live. So his homeboy let him borrow his big mansion. Look like it's in the hills somewhere in LA. You overlooking the city, nice view, pool, hot tub and shit going. He got candles and shit, flowers and champagne on ice. So he invites her up here to pretty much apologize and to let her know that she's the one for him, and he's still fucking lying, talking about, I thought the divorce was finalized. But remember in the very first episode, he said shit kept coming up, so he knew the shit wasn't finalized. And all this bullshit pretty much to get fucking Brooke back. She gave, I'm not having it. And she said, if I had on panties, you'll be the last motherfucker that I'll be taking them off for. But by the way, I'm about to go to the studio and meet up with Boobie and lay this track down with him. And I'm taking this champagne. And I'm leaving. All right, Brooke. Whatever. I guess you broke it up. But, yeah, he's kind of mad about that. So he meets up with A1 and Skelator. So they can get introduced there. So they're shooting pool or whatever. Marcus is telling A1 and all them about the shit that's been going on with Brooke. And A1 was like, motherfucker, you started this shit. Like, you started the game. She's just playing it. And he's like, damn, like, are you on my side or her side? Like, you supposed to be my homeboy. What's up? And he looking at him like, motherfucker, you going off the script. Like, that wasn't, that ain't how this was supposed to be going. Skeletor is sitting there talking about some bullshit with Alexis, talking about how fine she is and shit like that, but the baby mama has been messing with her. Like, you can barely understand this motherfucker whenever he says anything. And he's like, I can't even impersonate him. It's that bad. But what I got from it was like, the baby mama is crazy ass bitch, and he's even scared of her. She talking about she's flying there and she's gonna be chopping heads off when she get there. So he's like, everybody better beware of this bitch when she gets in town. So obviously she be beating his mother, or was beating his motherfucking ass too. So yeah, moving on. Zell meets up with Keisha Cole at Philip Klein. And remember, I have to keep telling myself that he's a fucking stylist. That stylist thing, that really just wears me out. I don't get stylists from Zell at all. Like, just being able to pick out an outfit for a bitch does not make you a stylist. I do that shit with people all the time. My homegirls and my homeboys and shit be like, yo, does this look right together? So if I just pick out an outfit from you, I guess that makes me a stylist too. And I can meet you at the store. I can meet you down at Saks and I can put some shit together for you. And that makes me a stylist. The fuck out of here. Anyway, they meet up at Philip Klein, and he's supposed to be showing her this outfit that he wants her to wear for. I guess she's meeting with some record execs or something regarding her new album that's going to be coming out. And he shows her the shit. She's like, yeah, whatever. But let me get to my bullshit. Let me tell you what's been going on with me. And he goes into this whole motherfucking synopsis. It wasn't even a synopsis. It was like the whole story, detail by detail, blow by blow. From the very fucking beginning of the drama with Masika and Alexis Sky. And Keisha is literally sitting there like, really? And then they start playing this music like, like it's just going in circles. And Keisha's like, yeah. So what'd you do? Totally disinterested in every fucking thing he's saying. And I'm just like, if you don't speed this motherfucking story up, bitch. So basically, at the end of that shit, she tell him, look, just worry about your money. Because he also mentioned that he's going to be, or that he got invited to Masika's event. But he found out that Ray is going to be there. And, these two bitches don't like each other. So, yeah, I'm going to go. And I'm going to be shady. Keisha was like, yeah, just worry about your money. Fuck all the other bullshit. Moving the fuck on. Now, this was the scene that I was just I was totally over. Okay, Nikki Baby is doing a photo shoot for her new By Nikki shit. She got Alexis's ass up in there with the she's supposed to be one of the models. Alexis, like, I think she is a pretty girl, but her body is totally fucked up. I don't get this whole thing with these big ass, like, it looks so fake and it's just unproportioned, and I'm just, I don't know why everybody thinks that shit is cute. Who wants this big stank ass? And Nikki's walking around there in the fucking bikini and or a bathing suit, not a bikini, just a a one piece bathing suit. I'm just like, looking at these big asses. Like, who wants that shit? Anyway, so they're doing the shoot, and she's talking about, yeah, what's going on with you and Skeletor, and she tells Nikki, yeah, I'm not pregnant. I thought I was pregnant. Blah blah blah. Next thing, the fucking baby mama just comes up into the studio set. Stomach hanging out and shit. And I'm like, bitch, you ain't got the stomach to be wearing no bare midriff like that. So stomach hanging out shit. And this is a ghetto ass bitch. I could tell she is from like the back alleys of College Park somewhere. She done flew from Atlanta over to come address this bitch. Why are you sleeping with my baby daddy? You flew over here to ask the bitch why she's sleeping with your baby daddy. Not my husband, my baby daddy. And then this motherfucking bitch, this bad bitch, Alexis, is sitting there fucking, I didn't know he was your baby daddy. Trust me, I'm not a homewrecker like Masika. And if I would have known that he was with you, I wouldn't have slept with him and all of this. Like, literally standing back. But you supposed to be a bad bitch, right? Nikki sitting there scared as shit. Like, I hope this crazy bitch don't jump over this table and break my ass. Or deflate one of my titties. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Alexis, you supposed to be the bad bitch. But you standing in the fucking background while this bitch is letting you have it. Them just bum rush your ass. And, yeah. You need to be checking him. Don't be checking me. And just kept bringing up Masika and shit. I'm not Masika. And she's probably like, who the fuck is Masika? What the fuck does Masika got to do anything? Masika's not even fucking here. Like, Alexis, you sound and look stupid as fuck. Shut the fuck up. Why do you keep carrying on about Masika? The baby mama, I don't even know this bitch name. The baby mama, the ghetto bitch from Atlanta. She talk about Nikki. You can't, because Nikki tried to jump in and talk about, well, y'all need to be mad. You need to be talking to him to what's that, Skeletor. You need to be talking to Skeletor about that shit, and don't be bringing it here. She talk about Nikki, you can't save her. And I said, Nikki, you better shut your motherfucking mouth, because, bitch, you don't want anything to go wrong on this set, because this bitch is crazy as fuck. So she's pretty much trying to play that old boss bitch shit she does. Yeah, time is money, and, security needs to get her out. Bye, Nikki. Bitch, you are not about any type of beef, any type of fights, or you can't afford to. Your body can't afford that. Anyway. What happened next? Keisha Cole meets up with A1. Pretty much they're going to be working together, but his concern is that Lyrica only wants him to work with female artists, or male artists, sorry. He can't work with any female artists, which I don't really fucking get this. Like, there's a lot of chicks that do this, and I see this quite often. Like, I remember Jocelyn was doing this shit with Stevie. Like, you get with these producers and shit like that, but you only want them to work with men. Are you that fucking insecure to where you're going to let a monetary gain get in the way? Like, that's bullshit. Like, they're going to work with women. It is what the fuck it is. But Lyrica, I guess, because you kind of proved last week that you're a little insecure, because even the Ty Dolla Sign's little sister that had ran in, you was giving, no, he can't even work with her. So, I guess he can't work with Keisha either. So, that's what he's on the fence about. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. They need a piece of a storyline anyway. Moving the fuck on. The main event. So we get to Masika Kalisha's cosmetic launch party. And Zell walks in with Monique. They're taking pictures. Masika walks up to Monique. It's like, hey, this is my real friend and all of this shit. And, like, gives her hugs and shit like this. Talk about, yeah, I need to borrow my real friend. And Zell was like, well, oh, damn, like, I don't get a hug and kisses either. She's like, no, this is only for my real friends. But you invited him. Or authorized Ray to invite him. So he's like, in his confession, like, why the fuck did you invite me here if you're going to be shitty to me? I came here to make up with her, I came here, to offer my congrats and shit like that and be nice to this bitch, and you just throwing me shade. So she blew his motherfucking ass off, which it was shady as fuck, which I didn't get. I'm thinking, like, why the fuck you even invite him here? But anyway, so because of that kind of sent Zell into he was looking ridiculous. And so Ray he got on the mic and started asking, keep calling her Kalisha, Masika. So he asked Masika to get on the mic to pretty much talk about what her influences were for the cosmetic line and shit, like, just to talk about it a little bit, to kind of introduce it to the crowd, because everybody was there. This motherfucking queen, Zell, is laying across the table on top of all of the cosmetics, talking about, oh, I'm tired. This is sleepy, so I'm going to lay on the table. Like, fucking ridiculous. And as Masika and Ray are talking, like, he's continuously interrupting them like a fucking clown, and everybody's looking at him like he is a fucking ridiculous ass queen. So something happened, something was said. It happened also goddamn fast, and I was kind of over it at this point. Next thing I know, Ray throws a drink at fucking Zell. He starts popping off. Of course, these two queens are going back and forth. Both of them look fucking ridiculous. Everybody is in there looking at them like these two faggots. Like, that's what I got, like, from my very first, or during my very first video, when we first got introduced to Zell, I was saying, like, I just got messy ass faggot from him. I don't usually like saying that word, but faggot, what I look at it as a messy ass gay man. That's exactly what both of these bitches was given. Messy ass fags. That's what it was given. And you got all of these women looking at y'all like y'all fucking clowns. So I said, it is what it is. Ray, you got brought on here to bring up some fucking drama. And of course, Mona and them are going to use whatever the fuck they can get out of this to get these two bitches to not like each other. Whatever type of settings, no matter how bad it makes gay people look. Because everybody already thinks we act like that anyway. So, whatever. So, Masika said some real shit, which I was on board for. She threw motherfucking Ray's ass out, but on his way out, she's telling him, like, I expected whatever from motherfucking Zell, but you're supposed to be the event planner. Like, you're working right now. Why are you doing, like, this is bad for business. Like, this is your business. This is what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. Why are you throwing drinks and acting like a fucking animal in the middle of the party? And actually, I think he actually may have acted worse than fucking Zell, because he was just he's the one started throwing the fucking drinks and just being fucking ridiculous and loud and start trying to call him out, call out Zell, talking about, yeah, he borrows shit on Keisha Cole's dime, because he's her stylist. He gets shit for her and don't return it and all this bullshit. Like, how the fuck do you even know that? You said you only met him once in Atlanta and y'all didn't like each other. So how the fuck you know all this bullshit about him and all that? Shut the fuck up. So I can tell I ain't gonna like these bitches, just like I said from the first time I saw Zell. I don't like him. I don't like him now. And Ray, you came in just as messy as ever. Fuck both of these bitches. And that was the end of the motherfucking episode. So I will see y'all asses next week to talk about more of this bullshit. I guess we're gonna finish up with this fight and see if Tierra gets some rehab and see what the fuck happens with A1 and Lyrica's ass when she finds out that he's working with Keisha Cole. So y'all like the video, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what the hell y'all thought. I will see y'all next week. Later.